What's up YouTube, it's Sean here, back today with another installment of my Dare to Dream video series. In this series, I take a look at shoes that aren't as commonly seen on YouTube, including high heat releases from the past and present, and shoes that just have a special meaning in sneaker history. So today we'll be taking a look back at the Concepts collaboration with Nike SB on this Dunk Low Premium in the blue Lobster colorway. So when you go down your list of some of the most iconic Nike SB releases of all time, chances are the original collaboration between Concepts, which is a Boston-based sneaker boutique, with Nike SB, which is Nike's skateboarding line, on the original Red Lobster Dunk is surely on most people's lists. So the Red Lobster pair released back in 2008. But in many ways, it was basically like Concepts' equivalent of the New York City Pigeon Dunk. So the Lobster obviously represents New England tradition, and it also represents Boston's sneaker culture as well. So coming off the heels of success from the original Red Lobster SB Dunk, a year later in June of 2009, Concepts and Nike SB would collaborate once again, releasing a blue variation named the Blue Lobster Dunk. So the official colorway for this shoe is Nightshade and Dark Slate, and Concepts, if anything, is known for their wild and wacky packaging, and this pair was no exception. So the initial special edition version that released retailed for a price of $250 US, which sounds extremely high, but the shoe was bagged, tagged, and sealed in a hazmat foam container, and it came with a t-shirt and other accessories like a lobster shell cracker. But if you weren't lucky enough to grab that special edition version, they followed that up with a wider worldwide release, which came in that normal blue Nike SB box without those special accessories. And the more general release version retailed for a price of only $92 US, which is kind of a random number, 92, which is the equivalent to roughly 120 Canadian dollars. So for those of you guys who aren't too familiar with this Concepts Lobster line, coinciding with the release of this Blue Lobster pair, Nike SB also created a very limited run, I believe it was 36 pairs of the Yellow Lobster SB Dunk, which were given only to friends and family of Concepts. And to give you an idea of how valuable those are, so as a point of comparison, again, this pair retailed for $92 US or 120 Canadian. And as of right now on the secondary market, they're going for around 4,000 to 5,000 Canadian dollars. But if you think that's a lot, that Yellow Lobster pair, the cheapest price that I can see on StockX right now, is for an asking price of over 75,000 Canadian dollars, which is absolutely ridiculous, but it just shows you how limited that colorway was. And then fast forward to 2018, Concepts and Nike SB would once again collaborate again, releasing both a purple and a green Lobster Dunk separately. And I figured there's no better time to release this video than right now, considering there's an upcoming orange Lobster Dunk that's releasing later on this year too. And I know sometimes we get so caught up with resale prices and how much shoes are worth that kind of blinds our judgment on how much we actually like the colorway of a shoe. But if I'm unbiasedly speaking and talking just about the colors and how they look, in terms of ranking them from best to worst, I gotta go with the Red Lobster, the original, as my number 1. The Blue Lobster colorway comes in at number 2 for me, followed by the purple at number 3, the yellow at number 4, the orange pair at number 5, and then the green pair, unfortunately, takes my last spot. So with all that out of the way now, let me break down all the details of these Blue Lobster Dunks, and I'll show you guys what makes it so special. So taking a look at the toe box, this is constructed out of a dark blue colored leather, which almost has a feel of a flat suede or a nubuck-like material. Just like all your other Dunks, we have this perforated finish on the toe box, and then surrounding the front toe cap, we have a grayish blue colored leather, which has a speckle paint found throughout, reminiscent of a lobster shell. This same finish can be seen covering the eyelets of the shoe, and then beneath this on the mid panel of both sides, we have more of that blue colored leather that we saw earlier on the toe box. And then stitched on top of this, we have the swoosh, which is constructed in more of a smooth blue leather with a secondary layer of white leather underneath. Moving downwards, we have more of that speckled blue colored leather that wraps around the bottom of the shoe, and then embroidered on the heel tab in the back, we have the Nike word mark done in this white color. In terms of laces, so these come with 3 different lace options. The standard default lace is an oval shaped white lace, but they also give you a black lace and a neon green colored lace as well. Underneath this, just like most of your other SB Dunk lows, this comes with that signature stuffed or padded tongue, and it's covered in a white colored mesh. And at the very top, we have this blue colored nylon tag with Nike SB branding in white. The back of the tongue and the interior of the shoe, this is lined in this textile that has this plaid finish to it, which is a design that we see translated on all the other Lobster Dunk releases as well. And then as for the insoles also have that same pattern, and this is a fairly well padded foam insole, but because these Dunks are meant for skateboarding, on the heel, they come with a Zoom Air unit on the insole itself, and this is there to give you additional impact protection and shock absorption. But just like all the other Lobster Dunks, this comes with this thick elastic band, which are inspired by the rubber bands that hold together lobster claws in the market. So the upper of these dunks sits atop this solid rubber cupsole, which is painted entirely in black with this contrast light blue colored stitching. Turning the shoe over to the bottom, this is your classic dunk outsole. So this is done in a light blue colored finish. We have the circular pivot point on the forefoot along with Nike branding right in the middle. So that breaks down the design and the look of this shoe. And quick comment about sizing. So personally, I go up to a 10.5, which is a half size up from my true to size. This shoe has this very padded tongue and a bit of a thicker insole, and I've always been more comfortable going up that half size for my SB Dunk lows. Like I said in the beginning, this Lobster style of dunk is one of the most iconic SBs ever released, and it's pretty much going to be an instant sellout whenever concepts release a new colorway. My personal opinion though, I think they should have stopped it after the purple dunk. Maybe that's just because I'm not a big fan of the green colorway, but I think there's definitely such thing as overkill. And while I think the orange colorway is pretty nice, I think at the same time, I think it might be hurting the legacy of these Lobster dunks a little bit with each subsequent release. But that's just my hot take. At the end of the day, like I said, the orange pair is for sure gonna sell out. But fingers crossed, hopefully it's not gonna be super limited and people that actually want a pair will be able to get them. But let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this Blue Lobster Concepts Nike SB Dunk Low. How would you rank all the Lobster colorways from best to worst? Leave a comment down below. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts. If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on my Instagram page at esgo8. Check me out on Twitter as well at sean.go, and visit my website at seango.ca. So until next time, thank you everyone so much for watching. This has been another installment of my Dare to Dream video series, and I'll catch you guys all in the next episode.